let's kick things off, shall we?
I don't want to say anything. I just want to say hi.
Yeah, you are, you
hi,
see.
Craig. Nice to see you.
Exactly. Yeah. Robert Lewandowski has been speaking more about his future. I want to leave Bayern, that's clear. I'm leaving because I want more emotions in my life. They didn't want to listen to me until the end. Something died inside me, and it's impossible to get over that. Even if you want to be professional, you can't make up for it. When you have been at the club for so many years, you're always ready, you're available. Despite the injuries and pain, you gave your best. I think it'll be best to find a good solution for both sides and not to look for a one-sided decision. Loyalty and respect are more important than business, but they don't want to listen to me. What kind of player wants to go to Bayern knowing that something like this could happen to them?
I'm a bit like that, you know. When I found out you were in today again, a little bit of me dies inside every day.
Well, every day, yeah, exactly.
But look, that's a lot over the top, isn't it?
Do you think so?
You know, people who want to come to Bayern knowing... Look, end of the day, he did sign a contract, right?
Mm-hmm. He's got 1 year left.
So he did sign that. Nobody signed it for him. Nobody grabbed his hand and signed it, made him sign it. He did it. So, you know, there's an argument from both sides. And I get it. I've been in those scenarios where sometimes things change and you want to leave or whatever, and both parties have to play ball, or Bayern have to play ball. But that's a little bit over the top, a little bit crybaby, that statement for me. You know, about, oh, nobody want to... Of course people want to go to Bayern.
Right.
Yeah, is it the perfect club? Ask Jan Fjortov. He'll tell you behind the scenes, one person says one thing, another person says another person says this. That's not ideal. But just because he's not getting, at the moment, what he wants, it seems to me that there's not enough, you know, tissue paper to go around to dry his eyes.
Is he being a crybaby, Frank?
I would say a little bit, yes, for me. Because in a way that you sign for a club, you want it, and there is a time where everybody wants you. There is another time where it's time for you to leave because you're at the end of the cycle and you know somebody's going to replace you. The most important things in football are clubs, they're not players. You go, you come and go, and that is part of our lives. And I was so happy to sign for Strasbourg, and I felt sometimes that I had to leave, and the same for Chelsea. And every club, and Lewandowski knows that by heart, they do that because they have to make sure there is a future and a bright future for the club, and Bayern Munich is seeking for that. So I think, yeah, what he does is like a little bit crying, and he plays a dangerous game because, as far as we know, only one club wants him, and he hasn't got the money for it. So, you know, where he's going to end up? Well, even if I think he's going to end up somewhere because he's a fantastic player, I have some question marks about this tactic.
The argument is, isn't it, Shaka, the fact that basically Bayern flirted with Haaland, wanted to do everything to get Haaland there, couldn't get it through, and therefore delayed giving Lewandowski any sort of contract extension. Now it's too little too late.
Yeah, it is, and it just depends on what angle you come at this from. From the club's perspective, you want who is arguably the best, well, upcoming young striker in football. He's available this summer. He's not going to be available for quite some time yet. He's playing in Germany, so you test your arm. You take that chance to see if you can get him. The problem for Bayern is that it coincided with Lewandowski's best year as an individual, best scoring year as an individual. So now you have to balance up going after and securing your future, so to speak, and upsetting your player after his best season. It didn't work out with Haaland, and I sympathize with Lewandowski. After breaking the 40-year-old record, that's not how you want to be rewarded, and you want to go somewhere that you'll be needed. Right now, to Frank's point a minute ago, right now it seems that Barcelona in pole position, but there are any number of clubs who would snap their hand off to get Lewandowski, not just Barcelona.
But surely even Lewandowski understands that Bayern had to make an attempt to sign arguably the hottest young striker on the planet, because I mean, surely his ego's not that big that he doesn't realise that he's not the future long term, and that if they were able to sign him, maybe then the pathway to a move would have been simpler. But surely he's got to understand. There's none of us like to see players coming in our position, but I think when you're in your 30s, you have to expect the club to be looking a bit further down the line. This smells to me as if it could get to a stage, and I have no experience in this, by the way, before you mention it, about, as Frank said, dangerous tactics.
Right.
I'm just throwing this out there. I don't know what conversations he's had about being professional and being this, but he could throw the baby out with the bathwater here and basically say to them, you'll not be getting much out of me next year. And that becomes a very, very dangerous game for the club and for Nagelsmann, is what kind of player am I keeping? How is that going to fester in the dressing room?
Yeah, how would it fester in the dressing room? Well, what effect does it have? You were talking about...
Well, I tell you, I have absolutely no issue with, if it was me playing and Frank wanted to leave Chelsea, or Zola or Henrik Larsson wanted to leave Celtic, as he did after many years and went to Barcelona. But if he'd wanted to leave after 2 years at the club, hey, we all want what's best for ourselves as players.
Right.
We want the best moves, the most money, the most glamour, the biggest stage. I have no issue with that. What I would have an issue with, if he doesn't get his move and he comes back into the dressing room and it affects how we're able to do our job.
Right.
That then becomes a problem for the players and a problem for the manager, and then it's a problem for the club. So this is a very interesting stance from Lewandowski so far. It could get more aggressive, but it just seems to me is that he's extremely upset that Bayern at the moment are not playing ball.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN+.